This room was a disaster. Water-damaged floors, dark paneling everywhere. It felt impossible to save. We transformed it, but it didn't stop there. We built this room together, then she disappeared. And what happened next? That's the real transformation. I'll show you every project I added, how the room evolved from that first reveal to what it is now, and what it taught me about spaces that grow with you. Wait till you see what came after the after. When I bought this house, the sunroom was dark. All wood paneling, no light getting through, despite having windows everywhere. It felt closed off and heavy. I'd moved across the country to be here. I had a daughter, no family nearby in Texas. We'd talked about raising our kids together, being each other's support system. So I moved to New Jersey. I bought this house sight unseen, with just a Zoom call. It turned out to be 180 years old and across from a graveyard. The previous owners really liked fish, like a lot. So much so that this room used to be filled with aquariums that led to lots of water damage on the floors. But more on that later.
And we're gonna rip out all this clapboard.
We demoed the old paneling so I could redo the electrical, more outlets and new wiring. We knew we had to paint, but we didn't want to lose the texture. So we made a choice. Paint the trim around the windows a bright neutral to bring in the light, but leave some of the wood paneling dark. That contrast is what gave the room depth.
It might be melting. I moved here so I could escape the heat, and instead we're doing a project in this room where it is 96 degrees. It may get better, it may not. We have this thing, so we have high hopes, but let's go try.
I had high hopes of refinishing these wood floors, spending hours sanding, trying to save them. But they were just too water damaged and the stains were too deep. So we raised the white flag with a coat of white primer. Then it was time for a bold design choice. We did something weird. We went to the landscape section of Home Depot, bought these chunky white rocks, and mortared them to the wall. It definitely took forever, but it worked. It gave the space this modern, textured, almost California vibe, and it made the room feel intentional. To finish the floors, we painted them in this plaid diamond pattern. Cream and white with blue pinstripes. Bold, clean, it tied the whole room together. This was the after. This is what we built together. And I thought, this is it, we're done. Not only was I wrong, but I could never have seen what was about to come next. We built this room side by side, but a few months later, she stopped talking to me. Completely. Just gone. And suddenly, this was the only finished room in the house. Everything else was still empty, unfinished. So this became the place I sat with what happened. I would come in here every morning, sit in this swing, drink my coffee, and cry. I called it my sad 7. I'd set a timer for 7 minutes and let myself feel everything. The betrayal, the loneliness, the grief of losing someone I thought would always be there. The confusion of uprooting my life and moving across the country for a support system that turned out to be a mirage. And when the timer went off, I'd get up, I'd water a plant, I'd move a piece of furniture, I'd do something. This room became my threshold. Literally, it's the entryway, but also the place where I decided every day not to let this break me. Every day, I'd walk out that front door, down to Main Street, to the coffee shop, to the plant shop, trying to build community in a place I'd only visited twice before moving to, trying not to let the isolation win. Some days, I'd come back with a new plant, a new connection, something that felt like progress. Some days, I'd come back empty-handed, but I'd tried. I started working out in here too, because I needed to move. I needed to feel my body doing something, anything, to move through the hurt. And slowly, I was changing the room to feel more like me.
Okay, it's rug time. Who's excited? I think it's gonna be good. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Huh? Do you like the rug? Ooh, that's heavy. I like it. And these were the two options. This is the one we got.
I added plants. A lot of plants. The room was evolving because I was evolving. I wasn't just tending to plants. I was tending to myself. I was reclaiming this space. This wasn't the pretty, perfect after we created together anymore. This was mine. And wait till you see what it looks like 3 years later. Now, this is what the room looks like. It's a plant room, it's my workout space, where I start my mornings. It's the entryway to the front of the house. It's multifunction. It's lived in, not a museum. And honestly, it's more beautiful now than it ever was in that first after. This room holds more than just good design. It holds 3 years of showing up, 3 years of grief and growth, 3 years of tending to the space, to myself, to the life I'm building here. That's what I learned. Tending isn't just about keeping things alive. It's about showing up, even when you can't see the results yet, even when it hurts, even when you're alone. This room isn't frozen in the moment we finished it. It's alive, it's mine, and it's still becoming. So if you're in a space right now, literally or metaphorically, that you thought was finished, and it's falling apart or changing in ways you didn't expect, let it. Tend to it. Show up for it. Let it evolve with you. Because the after, it's never really done. The person you become through the process of showing up and embracing change, even when the process is painful. That's the point.
I found the flow. I'm